The Independent National Electoral Commission has warned political parties to adhere strictly to lay down rules and regulations concerning their party primaries. The chairman of INEC, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, while speaking to journalists in Abuja and assuring that the commission will monitor primaries of political parties, says that many of the parties have not complied with provisions of the Electoral Act, which mandates them to submit their membership register to the commission ahead of primaries. He says the commission is ready to monitor the primaries of political parties at the constituencies they are holding in states.
Despite the security challenges, we must remain resolute in our determination to conduct the 2023 general election as scheduled. In doing so, every eligible Nigerian must be given the opportunity to vote, including citizens in internally displaced persons camp, that's the IDP camps. Happily, the Commission has a standing policy on IDP voting and has been periodically reviewed. In the light of the security challenges across the country and guided by the provisions of the Electoral Act 2022, the Commission will immediately review the policy to ensure that no internally displaced Nigerian in any part of the country is disenfranchised. The issue of IDPs is one of the matters to be discussed at this meeting. The Commission is confident that our security agencies have the capacity to deal with the security challenges ahead of the 2023 general election. Fortunately, we have started the preparations for the election early. There is therefore ample time to deal with the current situation and enable the Commission and all stakeholders to deploy nationwide for the election. We will continue to work with the security agencies for a peaceful electioneering and peaceful conduct of the elections. To this end, the Commission will hold high-level meetings with the security agencies and consultations with stakeholders immediately after the forthcoming national holidays. This is our first meeting since the coming into force of the Electoral Act 2022. I urge you to thoroughly study the new law. A credible election is anchored on the law. As you are aware, the Electoral Act, together with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended, and our regulations and guidelines for the conduct of elections, constitute the electoral legal framework. As election managers, it is incumbent upon us to familiarize ourselves with the legal framework. As you are also aware, the Commission released the timetable and schedule of activities for the 2023 general election a day after the Electoral Act 2022 was signed into law. The next activity on the timetable is the conduct of party primaries by political parties. So far, 14 out of 18 parties have submitted notices and schedule of primaries to the Commission. As required by law, the Commission shall monitor the primaries in the constituencies where the parties intend to field candidates. This means that the state offices will be heavily involved in the exercise. I urge you to exercise our monitoring responsibility with absolute neutrality. There are sanctions for violation of the law, and we should know this and warn our staff at state level accordingly. Let me also seize this opportunity to remind political parties that by the provision of Section 77 of the Electoral Act 2022, each party is required to maintain a membership register in hard and soft copy and to make such register available to the Commission not later than 30 days before the date fixed for primaries, congresses, and conventions. So far, only one political party has complied. It is a mandatory requirement of the law, and all parties are required to comply. Doing otherwise is like going into an election without the register of voters. There can be no credible primary or general election without credible register of voters.